Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
So good. Oh my gosh, look at you and your setup is so fancy.
It's a little something, a little something. They give some really
Oh, is
good
it a green
tools.
screen?
Yeah, it's like one of the AI green screen things that they give on the
I should. s-
I'm on the desktop TikTok live studio. So
Wow,
I'm
I
not on
need
my
to
phone.
do that because everyone's always like, if you had a background, you would do so much better. And I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah,
I got the
probably.
microphone, I got the light, I got the camera on top of the monitor. I just have the whole studio thing. I see you, I see my camera, I see the chat. I have everything.
I don't
Also,
have a PC, I just have a laptop, but wow.
you can do it on Mac too, or laptop.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I have a microphone, so literally, I feel like if I just got the microphone and did the background, that would be.
Well, actually, I take that back. I don't know if Live Studio's on Mac. It's on PC though.
Hey, Devin. Hey, Jay Cook. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. I honestly, I was thinking of topics, but I was like, honestly, I just kind of go with the flow. But like, there's been a lot that has been happening recently. Also, do we want music or no? Because I don't know if you can hear it if I play it. Maybe you can,
I
but
don't know. Do
let's
whatever. I'm cool.
let's see. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Is it too loud?
No. A little. It's a little loud.
All right. How about that? That's good. All right. Cool.
That's better.
Can I just
Right.
say, my mental, I have been going in a roller coaster. I just want to start out there. It's just, there's been a lot. Like, for me, I feel like personally, I have been, I don't know if it's like just all Christians or whatever, but like, I feel like I've been called to like, just like retreat in a sense and like focus on like the inner, like just the inside. There's a lot that God has worked on inside me, but I know there's a lot more that he has to get out. And I personally, as a personal confession, I feel like I'm fighting the process a little bit, but also like at times I'm not sure if I am condemning myself or if it is proper conviction or if it is warfare or whatever. I was literally
Yeah.
struggling that right before the stream. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was really sitting there, like I was really going through it. I was like, oh my gosh, like what in the world is going on? But it's hard. Like I have a question for you. Like
Yeah.
you said you struggled with alcohol, right?
Before I did,
Before. Did you have like anybody in your family that had like a history of like addiction or anything?
Oh yeah. So like I thought it was normal. That's how I like got into drinking was because my parents were divorced, but in high school I lived with my dad and my stepmom. And I would come home and they would drink every day. Like that's just what they did. So I thought that was like normal.
How
And then I started drinking every day.
how'd you get past that? Because I don't drink, but I have an addictive personality. My vice is smoking. So like I have been doing that for, we're in 2026, 7 years, and the longest gap that I've gone without it was like 1 month. I like quit back in like, gosh, Christmas before like New Year of like 2025, and then I went like another month, and then I like could never just put it back down. Like I have no idea. Like people say like, oh, like sometimes like God takes it away, and like I feel like it's a thing where I just have to like just like let it go completely.
I guess let me ask you, okay, so they say that the devil will use your addictions to stop you from doing like what your calling has been from God or what your purpose is. Do you notice when you smoke that there's like something that you either do or don't do that you wouldn't normally when you're sober? Like some people will be more introverted or some people won't be as creative, they'll be lazy. Like is there something you notice like that's negatively impacting you when you smoke?
That's a good question. I feel like I use it to mask the emotions, if anything. So
That's probably why then.
that I know I'm self-aware and I know, but it's just like
I guess The question is, what do you still have to feel that you're not allowing yourself to feel? You have to do that inner searching.
That's a great question. That is a very great question. I'll have to go back and figure that out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because that was like me when I was like not working for a bit, and I felt like God was just calling me to rest and just meditate and do like some inner digging, and a lot of things came to the surface that I didn't even know were under there. But God's like, well, okay, I need you to sit still long enough so I can like do the work.
Right.
So,
I think that's my issue. I just don't like to sit still.
Me either.
Too much.
I was thinking about that this morning on my drive to work. I'm like, wow, I've never really allowed myself to just be like, I always do something. And I need to just chill so that I can feel all these things.
It's hard. I mean, I'm gonna get a little more personal because I don't mind sharing. I think for me, like, there has been so much that has happened, like, over the course of time, and I'm not sure. I mean, maybe as it's coming into my mind as I'm speaking, maybe it's just like I haven't like fully processed it all or something like that recently. Like, in really recent times, like in the past month, like my grandfather passed. Like a few months before that, my baby cousin died. So I think that was an interesting time. Like, I think God was using that time. There were a few things I think God was doing in that time. I think for me personally, there are a lot of prayers I prayed that are just now starting to manifest physically. Like, I prayed like for my dad or just my family in general, just to have a closer relationship to God. And there are questions that people ask. It's funny because there's an interaction I had with somebody when I was playing. I was actually playing Fortnite, and he was basically like, "Why is it that all these like bad things happen to like all these kids and like, you know, wars and whatever, blah 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 blah." And like, not to say that the purpose was for those individuals to perish, but we live in a fallen world. And I think what I learned, and I think what my family learned from the death of two of our family members, you know, someone who only lived for 5 months didn't really have a chance to really live life, and someone who lived till they were, gosh, my grandfather died, he was 86, 87. I think it definitely taught the value of like, you know, life is precious, but like, I mean, stuff like that, but also just like death as a reminder that God is all we have at the end. And like, I think that is what, like, it hit a lot of people's mortality, like the sense of mortality, like, and I could sense it, especially in like the older population amongst my family, and even like some of the younger people, just people who are like, you know, busy in their day-to-day stuff. Like, I am the black sheep of my family. Like, I have been taken out. Like, I was like, I didn't want to go to school. I went to college for 1 semester. I didn't even finish that. I probably don't even have any credits whatsoever. Like, I just been doing everything like completely different the entire time. And like,
me too. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, wow, I've always gone against the grain. Like, I've never done anything like in the order that you're supposed to or that anyone else does. But that's what makes us unique. Hey, Penguin, welcome in, you guys.
It was hard. Yeah, welcome everybody that's joining in.
Thank you for the likes, everybody.
But I think that, like, just those moments that get people to think God can use anything, like good and bad, to like, you know, for his glory and to like move people. Like, you know, I saw family members like praying. Like my cousin's husband, their daughter, she died. My baby cousin, that was their daughter. And like my cousin's husband, like, you know, he was praying like at the burial site, and like, you know, just seeing the family come together to just pray, just seeing people pray. Say, welcome in. Just seeing people pray, that was just a beautiful thing, just to like see like God just actively working in real time. Because it's one thing to believe and know that God is working stuff behind the scenes, but it's ever the more satisfying to see him work in real time and you're able to see it with your eyes.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
No, I agree. Like, I've been praying for a long time for my family to come to God as well and start to have a relationship with Him. And kind of similarly to what happened to me is I had gotten sick, and that's like what kind of had forced me to like face God and, you know, build a relationship with Him. And my dad has been having some health struggles where it's just like, you know, losing everything, losing every single crutch, losing every single like dependency on yourself and having to be dependent on God and like kind of seeing the work that God is doing in him. And I'm sad that my dad is going through that, but I also now see how like necessary and important it is. And it's just cool.
Yeah. It's not it's definitely not an easy process. And I still like catch myself like I know I've seen too much to go back, but it's like I guess I'm kind of circling back to what I said before, sort of like you have those you can't, I guess I'll put it like this, like you can't piece the puzzle together until you have like the full puzzle. Like you can't see where you're going until the journey's done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the frustrating part in a sense, but like just those like off days where you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, like the bigger picture has to stay in mind, and like those little moments are used for the bigger picture in a sense. Like it all just like it could be like a breadcrumb of God leading you this way, or somebody saying something that gets you to finally have that light bulb moment and just continue on your path.
And the path reveals itself. I feel like, I don't know, the less that we resist and just kind of, but it sucks though, because the less you resist, you have to do the mundane things that you don't want to do. You have to sometimes do the things that God's calling you to do that you don't want to. You have to sit and stop spiraling or doing a million things and not like allowing yourself to rest. And then things just transpire how they're supposed to. But it's getting to that point of like, I always say like us getting our grubby like human hands off of the situation. It's like right now, the past week I've worked at my chiropractor's office and I've hated it. Everyone knows I don't want to work, and I don't think I'm meant to work a 40-hour work week, but I think God was using this week to show me like, you need to slow down. Like you need to chill and sit with your thoughts, and a lot of things that have been like revealed to me or have came to the surface, like with me being forced to sit in a space for 8-9 hours and just literally be with my thoughts and not say, oh, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do this. It's like, okay, that makes sense. I now see why you did that. But sometimes, yeah, it's not fun and it's not like glorified and a big deal and big revelations. And it's like, oh, well.
Also, quick question. How long are you trying to, what are you trying to go for? How long are you trying to go for this live?
I figured max like an hour.
Okay.
To like 3:30.
Cool. That works for me.
Yeah.
But oh, what were you about to say something?
Know. And it's also like you were speaking on when we first got in, having discernment is hard. If it's like, okay, is God calling me to do this, or is this the enemy, or is this like me and like programming? Like for me right now, I'm like, okay, well I know I don't want to work a 40-hour work week. So it's like, oh, is that me being lazy, or is God really calling me to not do that? Or is this like programming of the matrix of like, I'm not worthy if I don't work a 40-hour work week, like I have to do that in order to be productive or lit? It's like, wow, all the different things that go through your mind, and you're like, is this from God, is it not?
Right. I think also, as I got lost in my rant earlier, part of the frustration is like, I'm like, okay, so I know these are not things that are conducive to my success, or these are things that are outside of the will of God that should be released from my life. And then like you go on that righteous path and you try to like, obviously we're not perfect, but we're striving to like improve and whatnot. But it's like, okay, so I do good, but then I know I'm gonna get attacked because I'm doing good, but I don't like getting attacked, but I don't like doing the I mean I do kind of like, if we're being honest with ourselves, we like doing the stuff that we don't, like we're not supposed to do, but like we know we're not supposed to do it. At least for me, I should say. Logically speaking, I know I'm not supposed to do it, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy doing it. But I know, like, it's just like, I think, I know that the minefield, the minefield is like a battleground for me at least, and for a lot of people as well. So you get stuck in like the analysis paralysis of it all, and it just makes it ever much more difficult. But like, I just can't help but be frustrated no matter where I go. It's just like, okay, do good, boom, you're gonna get slammed. You're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're gonna get slammed because there's a consequence for not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's, you gotta pick which one you want, and it's like, I don't know, like you said about the things, like the desires that we have that like we shouldn't feed into, but a lot of times we do. It's like, okay, well, I really don't want to do this thing because I know what the consequence is if I do it, and I don't want to deal with that. But I don't want to not do this thing because I kind of want to do the thing. So it's like, everything is a paradox, even with God too. Like biblically, if you look, He just loves those paradoxes. But no, I get that, and that's like with me lately. I'm very good at playing like devil's advocate. So it's always like, okay, I could know what I want, but then I'm sitting here and analyzing every single angle and what should I do, and like you said, what are the consequences? You know, what's gonna happen? What angle am I going to get hit at if I do this or that? And it can be exhausting. And then that's when I have to circle back to the fact of like, okay, I just need to chill. I just need to go with the flow, even though it's very hard. And if I try something and that's not the right option, that will definitely reveal itself to me. I don't have to worry about that. So it's like...
But isn't the answer kind of there in of itself in that phrasing, like devil's advocate, kind of like...
Exactly.
Like, it's just so crazy.
Why
like,
should we sit there and like argue with whatever the initial option was?
I'm just like, I can see why God would be frustrated with us. I'm like, why? You're just too merciful. Like, we can't comprehend how much He loves us, because it's just, when you look throughout history, biblical history, just human history, and just understanding the nature of humans and just how we act, and just looking at yourself and all that you've done, it's just like, what in the world? Like, I don't, God, like, this is, you're too good for us. You're way too good. Way too
He is
good.
very good. I know, I was reading, what am I in right now? I think I'm in 2nd Chronicles. And it's just how, like, the Israelites, like, every king keeps screwing up and doing the detestable things and, like, worshiping Baal, and then some king will come along and will be like, God, we love you, we're sorry. And He's like, okay, I forgive you. And He just, like, it's over and over and over again.
But, like, even in, like, the rebellion.
Don't they learn? And then I'm like, well, wait, we all make the same mistakes all the time, and we don't learn. So...
But it's even in their rebellion, I think, if I remember correctly, God still spared... Like, the kingdom basically, like, shrank. Or, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, it shrank over time due to the disobedience, but God still spared part of the kingdom for the future generations. Yeah. For the line of, for David's line and all that stuff after. So, I mean, even then, like, still, it's like, gosh, like, he just, at the end of the day, He just wants us. And, like, he's gone to so many far lengths to just spare humanity in so many...
Yeah.
Instances.
Well, and someone made a very interesting. Oh, how did I came to a conclusion the other day, and now my brain's not going to connect the dots, I don't think. But it had to do with like the 144,000 that they say are going to make it into heaven, which is not a lot.
I was reading about this recently. I was thinking about this like a few days ago.
Like, that's not a lot of people at all. But someone was basically saying it all rooted back to the garden. That the apple was not actually an apple. It was Satan's seed, if you know what I mean. And instead of tempting her to eat it, that He tempted Eve to sleep with it. Which is why God said, like, that women's labor is going to be painful.
But He said, I will also put enmity between thy seed, his seed and your seed, or something like that.
Yeah, wait, what?
I gotta find the verse.
Okay. But piggybacking off of that, then they said, well, that would make sense as to why God didn't like Cain, and that's why the Canaanites were not like part of everything that the Israelites were doing, and he would like separated them from the Canaanites because those would have been Satan's seed. This is all something that some girl.
It's Genesis chapter 3 verse 15, and I will put enmity. That's a hard word. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel.
Yeah, so someone said that theory, and they're like, well, a lot of people on the earth are probably, you know, direct descendants of Satan's bloodline.
Right.
So that's why a lot of people aren't getting into heaven, and that would make a lot of sense. Welcome in emotional sobriety, as to why a lot of these people are worshiping Baal. Because I'm like, with all the e-files and everything going on, I'm like, you guys know who wins in the end, right? Like, you know already how this story ends for you. Why are these people willingly, like, worshiping Satan and like knowing that in the end, like spiritually, that they are going to be dead, like lights out for eternity? And that would make sense though, because like if that is their direct descendants of Satan, that makes sense. That's why they would do that.
That reminds me of a conversation I had with my father, because I was basically he was like, so why are you upset? And I just explained kind of in layman's terms everything, sort of. And then he was just like throwing out Bible verses, basically just about forgiveness. I was like, so why are we throwing out Bible verses about forgiveness? Because it wasn't stumping me, but I was like, how is this relevant to the conversation? Because God clearly says make no peace with evil. But I understand you're supposed to forgive people. But that does make sense. I said these people are unrepentant, so there's no reason for us really to like we shouldn't just forget this. Like, they're making like all the horrible stuff. Like, I don't need to explain, but like even God says, like, if you cause a little one to stumble, it's better for them to tie a millstone around their neck and be drowned in the ocean. Like, but like it makes sense. Like, truly, like, it's not even a matter of just being unrepentant. It's they can't, because their blood doesn't allow them to. Like, that would make it even more insane and crazy. But like, so you have that, you have the bloodlines, and then on top of that, you just have standard non-believers, atheists, or people that follow other religions. Number two. Number three, you have Christianity, but then you have everybody that's in all different denominations, and you have the people who may not even have a proper relationship with Christ because they're believing in their works and what they're doing to get them into heaven unknowingly, unfortunately. So we have a lot of unknowing Christians, because narrow is the gate that leads to, eternal life, and broad is the gate that leads to destruction. So then it's just like, really, those numbers kind of get crunched down even more and even more. And then to tie it back to the 144,000, how I was interpreting it and reading it, because I know some people believe it's just 144,000, which is people that are going to be saved, which is not true. But if you look into like actually what the 144,000 are, it's like people that are called during the tribulation period to spread the gospel, and they have a protective seal on their head. So I guess my train of thought was like, and where I think this is kind of where we're headed in spiritual and biblical history is, I believe, at least from what I've been receiving over the years, is like, I believe like the old system has to fall. There's gonna be a day of like judgment. Like, it's gonna be like an Exodus 2.0 type of scenario. Mm-hmm. And then there's going to be like temporary peace, but then all this leads up until to the final system, like Antichrist, all that stuff, like beast system, and whatnot.
Well, it's like everything we know it right now is going to fall, and it's so stupid because I'll get stressed, right? I'm like, well, if I quit this job, like, how am I going to make money? And it's like, girl, number one, your money has always been provided to you through God. Like, your job was just a channel that he used. Like, you'll always have what you need. And two, I'm like, nobody's gonna have jobs. Like, everyone is gonna not have jobs. Everything is gonna be crazy. I'm like worrying about credit card bills, and I'm like, dude, there's not gonna be a worry for that. Like, why are we even thinking about it?
When I tell you,
the Matrix has us so programmed.
I've just been biding my time until the inevitable day. I've literally just been biding my time till the inevitable day. I don't have the desire to pursue any large scale career of sorts, anything past what I've already been doing, per se, because I don't even know if the stuff I'm doing is going to be around after everything is said and done, truthfully. So I'm really using all the stuff that I have at my disposal just to spread the good word. as much as I can.
I was thinking about that today. I'm like, okay, what if I really was going back to childhood. I'm like, what are the threads of excitement I can follow? Like, what are things that naturally, like, creatively were exciting? Because even as a kid, like, I never was like one of those kids that was like, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. Like, I never had like a dream career. And I don't think any of us really do, but some people are programmed easier than others.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I've never really wanted a career, but I've always wanted to create. I've always loved writing. Like, I've always loved that. And it's like, okay, I need to tune into more of what my gifts are and follow that path. Because it's like, yeah, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. And that's why people with like ADHD or people that didn't go to college and have always like gone against the grain, I do firmly believe that people who are neurodivergent have a destined path that they are on spiritually, and that's why we had to be different. That's why we were harder to program, but it just shows up as in this material realm that like things are harder, or we have a learning disability. It's not a learning disability, I have a conforming disability. I don't conform easily. Like,
all I want to do is create, live, love my neighbor, and just do all, like, literally I just want to, like, I feel like a hippie at times. Like, I'm just like, bruh, I just want to go out, put my feet in the grass. I want to touch a tree. I want to go say hello to my neighbor. I want to go around wherever I want to go around, do whatever, you know, just hang out and just enjoy the planet and just like simple stuff. It really is a simple stuff. Like, when I think about the purest joys that I've had in life, it really has been experiences that have been with other people or profound moments of breakthrough in a conversation, or it doesn't even have to be something significant like that. It really could just be a simple conversation or just a simple interaction with somebody. Like, I was just earlier today, this morning, I went out and I saw a UPS driver, and just, I was in a funky mood. I still am, but I'm in a better mood, kind of. But I was like, you know, I just looked at him, and I'm sure he's like, this job sucks. I don't want to be here. It's getting hot. There's no AC in this truck. And I just looked at him and I said, I know you probably don't get this a lot, but thank you for what you do. And he said, I appreciate that. You know, just something as small as that can just be something that just changes somebody else's trajectory for the day. Like, even if mine doesn't get that much better, like, his probably just got better by like at least 20%. Maybe. Yeah. So, like, it really is just like those small interactions.
It is. It's just love your neighbor and make a difference where you can. And like you said, like, just the simple pleasures in life. Like, I'm such a hippie. I was on a hike the other day and I was hugging a tree, and you know me, like, I've been dealing with some health stuff, and I felt better afterwards. And I'm like, everything we need to heal is here. And I think, me personally, I struggle with this because I very much am a hippie. I very much am like barefoot in the grass, say hi to everyone, be bubbly, be loving. And you don't see that all the time. Right. And a lot of times I will dull myself down because it's not normal. And I feel like God's calling me to do the opposite. He's like, no, I made you different for a reason. Like, I need you to be bold about being weird and not care and be you. And because I firmly believe, again, like, us people that are neurodivergent and different, we are bringing the new world order. We are bringing all of this to fruition. Like, we have to do similar.
We're bringing our own like new world order. Like, we are reordering the world in the way that we see fit. That's not evil.
Exactly. That's what I meant, sort of. Or exactly. But yeah, and it's like everyone looked at Jesus. Like, Jesus was super weird, and they expected someone to come in and like destroy the system, but he just did it by showing them a different way. And it's like, wow, we just need to show people a different way.
He just literally with love. I mean, that's it. Like the adulterous woman and all the Pharisees wanted to stone her. Like, Jesus was the only one that was legally in the right if he wanted to stone her, but even then he still showed mercy by not doing so and just telling her to go and sin no more.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy. But before I forget, because my mind, I truly can, like, it just fires so fast. I have to say it before I forget. In our conversation, you know, with like the whole worrying about money and career and all that stuff, like, I dive into a whole bunch of things. Like, my mental is like, if I enjoy it, I'm going to dive deep into it. So I've been into like the market and crypto and all that stuff. So like, I've learned a lot about society. God has shown me a lot through just the stuff that I do and like how society works and like how understanding like this, how corrupt the system is and whatever. But like, if we take the market for an example, so completely, absolutely corrupt. I mean, basically where we are now in history, this thing should have dumped a long time ago. Like it's a Ponzi scheme, first of all. Like, and then our money is just printed out of nowhere. It's just thin air. Like it just comes out of thin air.
It's not even backed by gold anymore.
It's not even backed by gold. No, literally all they do, and literally the Federal Reserve chair has said this in an interview. They're like, how do you print the money? Well, we don't print the money. We just, update the bank accounts digitally. We just add an extra zero. Like, it's so rigged, and they're propping up the market to make it seem like the United States is doing a lot better than it really is. And then we're seeing stuff with like the conflict overseas, like this type of news media that is available that we're seeing like domestically versus internationally, and how all that plays out. Like it really just goes to show like how deceitful it all is.
None of it's real. Like, okay, so mind you, I don't watch the news.
Right.
We know this. I've been working this new job, and I have to stare at a computer, and I get bored. So I'm like, oh, let's, it shows me the news stuff. I'm like, let's look at what they're, like, the propaganda. One, the TSA stuff is mostly fake. Like, there have been a handful of people that came into the office this week that were like, yeah, we were at an airport was fine. There was a picture of Detroit Airport, like, saying that there was, like, lines outside of the building, and multiple people were like, no, the Detroit Airport was fine. Like, there was maybe a 10-minute wait at TSA. So I'm like, now I don't believe any of this. Two, how are the gas prices already up when the gas that we already have over here is over here? Like, any gas that would be affected by this Iranian war, they would have still had to drudge up from the ground and ship over here. So there's no way the prices would have been affected.
Also, why is my gas not as efficient though?
Right.
Like, for real,
literally.
It's watered down. Like, it has to be.
Yeah. And then third, was my favorite. It said something about, let me see if it transferred over on my iPad. It was so good, I audibly laughed out loud. Dang, I can't find it. But it was basically something along the lines of, there's a gap for billions of years of information that we can't find out about the Earth. And I'm like, yeah, because the Earth isn't billions of years old. It's as old as the Bible says it is.
Right.
Ugh.
Crazy stuff. This is all deception. And then on top of that, so, well, I guess I already said the dollar. Well, the dollar's not backed by gold, but because of that, since they print it, it loses value every single year. So if you go, I want you to do an experiment. I want you to search up on your laptop or your phone or whatever you're not using. Search up an inflation calculator. And it's going to be the website. It's going to be Bureau of Labor Statistics, CPI inflation calculator. And I want you to go in there and I want you to put in you can put in any dollar amount. You can put in a dollar. Put in a dollar from January 1913 and then do March 2026 and then see what the calculation is for how much that is. Or do February, I guess, because March isn't updated.
Oh, okay.
So if $1 is $1 in January of 1913,
$33.
$1 in 1913 is the purchasing power of $1 in 1913 is equivalent to $33.35 today.
What was the income in that time? What was the yearly income for like a family of four?
1913 median income. Approximately $1,083.
So 1,083 times 33.35.
1,083.
Yeah, 36,000. Which I think is poverty level for a family of four. I do think that is poverty level.
By today's standards, I think so. Or
yeah.
barely scraping.
That's crazy.
But like in 1913, you could buy probably like 1913 prices.
Well, and capitalism wasn't so rampant, right? Like now everyone's like, oh, I need to go to Target and I need to buy a face mask or perfume or this freaking whatever they're telling.
I could buy a sirloin steak for 16 cents.
Steak sounds good.
Butter
right
for 41 cents. Potatoes for less than 2 cents per pound. Bacon, 22 cents per pound. Cheese, 22 cents per pound. Chicken, 25 cents a pound. Coffee, 29 cents a pound. Like, sheesh.
Yeah, and there was no like McDonald's and Taco Bell on every corner, and people aren't buying like whatever dumb stuff people buy. I don't even go to the store really unless I need like groceries. But people just buy all sorts of things and like whatever on
Just
Amazon.
slop.
Yeah, that you don't even need. And that's the thing, is even like, you know, whatever you want to talk about, spirituality, all these things. Everything we need has always been inside of us. And the biggest, probably most laughable scam of like the Matrix and the 1%ers and everything, they've created this need for all of these things that we don't need, that leave us feeling even less fulfilled and more spent. And then, oh, I'm excited for Tuesday too, Hanson.
They created artificial scarcity, and they created an artificial demand for needless consumer behavior.
It's like, let's have them seeking for dopamine outside themselves and forget that they have literally everything they could ever need from within. And they can give us more of this fake currency that we can just award ourselves more of, but harvest their energy, and they have to work a 40-hour work week and slave away. It's like, wake up, everybody. Wake up so we can stop participating
I still
in this.
remember when I was like in elementary school. I was probably like 6 years old, maybe. And I said to my mom, I'm like, I'm not going to go to college. She's like, what are you talking about? You're going to go to college. I was like, no, I'm not going to go to college. Like, even then I knew, I was like, this doesn't really make sense to me. This is not equating. This is not adding up. I'm not sure I really have, like, y'all desire to do this? Y'all enjoy this? Like, this is something y'all actually do?
That's my point. I'm like, do you guys, like, people want to do this? Or I think there's a lot of NPCs. They have to be. A lot of these people I look at and I'm like, there's no internal dialogue
There's
going
no
on
internal
in there.
dialogue.
Like,
yeah, no.
the wheels are not turning.
And you get those, weird stares. You're just like, oh, yeah, okay. Like, you know how you can just stare into someone's soul, or like they look like they're staring at you, like, because like you have all the, like, the energy and they can feel it. Like,
I remember one time I was really sick of working again a 40-hour work week. I was like, I'm drained, and I was on shrooms. I don't do shrooms anymore. But I was on shrooms, and I just remember I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to participate in this system anymore, and I'm done. And I felt like such an inner knowing and an inner peace that like I didn't have to. Like, I didn't know how it was going to work out, but I knew that if I didn't, everything would.
right.
And I need to, like, lean into that.
Yeah.
But I remember I was, like, all giddy. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to work on Monday.
I'm like, I said, oh, I remember I said, because my dad was really trying to get me to go to school. I told both of my parents, I said, I will be homeless before, like, I don't care. I'll figure it out. I'll be homeless on the street. I don't care. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I said the same thing literally on that same shroom trip. I was like, I'll go live in Florida. I'll be homeless on the beach, and I'll have a better time than doing this. Like,
I still think about that from time to time. I'm like, you know, nothing really is stopping me from just roaming the lands until I die, just because, like, nothing.
literally.
I'd probably be happier.
All the time. This is a joke, but it's like, right, what if I like financed like an RV or something, and then I just never come back?
I thought about it. I was like, you know, hitchhike along the way. I don't know. Who knows? You know, take a one-way ticket to somewhere in Asia, or.
I've thought about that. I really want to go to Europe. I'm like, I wonder how long it would take me to like get settled. Like if I just bought a plane ticket to Europe, like I wonder how that would pan out.
Oh man, I've thought about it. I looked at my miles. I'm like, okay, so I could pay for a portion of the ticket with the miles. How much more money do I need to get that one way? Okay, let me look at that.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
Well, and again, it's like none of us were meant to work. Like I was thinking about that also because I was like, if I didn't have any side endeavors or hobbies, like humans are meant to have some responsibility. We are meant to be productive and work in some way. Not in the way that we're working now, though, obviously.
Right.
It's like back then, all these people, do you know how much time it takes to tend to like a home and a garden and a farm? Like that's what these people were doing.
Like carpentry.
Yeah. And they were inheriting this land. And now another big scam of America and the Matrix is an individualistic society.
That too.
Nobody is like close knit with their families anymore and like inheriting and passing along all of this this property and like wisdom and knowledge.
Kick my kid out at 18.
Yeah, fend for yourself, and it's like no.
Does it make I don't know how, like, I just don't understand that mentality. Cause like, yeah, the whole thing is like, and the reason why we're really here in the first place is because like the older generation like really, and I'm glad there's a pastor that actually that pointed this out. I don't know if you know the pastor Mark Driscoll. Have you ever heard of him?
Maybe.
He pointed out, he's like, yeah, the boomer generation, like y'all are like, if we're being honest, y'all are being like selfish. Like you have hoarded a bunch of the wealth and good economic times, and y'all bought the houses that have, I don't even know, 10x in price, 100x in price, I don't even know.
Yeah.
And he's just like, and you're not passing anything on to your children. You have no desire to pass anything or help your children at all. Like, doesn't make any sense. I'm blessed because my family, like, my parents, like, they'll help me. Like, my parents help me out and all that stuff. Like, and I know that is not the norm in America or just overall. Yeah. Like, that's not the norm. Like, your parents, like it's, you're supposed to fend for yourself. It's just ridiculous. I don't get that.
No, you're supposed to be taken care of. You're supposed to live at home in most cultures until you're married. Until you go and start a family of your own. And
right.
Then when you get married, you get gifted, you get all these. The system was never meant to be this way for us to have to work. And like you said, and I think that's because a lot of boomers were like raised by the people in the Depression who felt like they had to instill like fear and hardworking values.
But
and
industrialization
really
too
started like pushing the working agenda.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, we were never, like, even my stepmom all the time will get mad. Like, if my dad tries to help me out, she needs to learn responsibility. I live on my own. I've been working since I'm 14. Like, I know what responsibility is. I think they just like to make things hard on people. And it's like, it shouldn't have to be that way. There is nothing wrong with helping your children.
Right. Like, it just, that's a biblical principle, isn't it? Like, you're supposed to help out your family. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
But people forget that, I guess. I mean, we forget a lot. We use a lot of things when it's convenient for us at times, which is unfortunate. But hey, it's been like, that's how it's been since the beginning of time, to an extent. Crazy how that works.
Oh, period, Megan. I'm so happy for you, girl. Yeah. Silly little humans doing silly little human things.
Silly. I would think at this point, with all the stuff that's come out, like I'm gonna give you a little timeline here. So for me, I had the awakening experience in 2021, and then I came to Christ in 22. But I had the whole, the conspiracy thing, the whole spiritual thing, all that stuff opened up for me in 2021. So sitting for 5 years with all this stuff and seeing the evolution in real time of human consciousness to all this stuff that's going on, you would think at this point there'd be some sort of change, or there'd be some big revolt or whatever. But no, people are still sitting there like whatever. Like, I'll have conversations with people to temperature check where they are, because I'm just curious to see, because that's a really good gauge to see if there's proper, thinking going on there. And all I got really is just like, well, I mean, if you believe it's all gonna work out, why do I need to worry? Like, even like when you get to, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like,
it's funny, they'll defend their programming. Like, you try to say like, oh, we all don't need to work. Like, we could all quit working today and the system would collapse.
My electric bill.
That's not how life works. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you are literally defending your own programming. Like, you have been so separated from yourself. And I get it, because I was once there. But it's like you are going against your innate nature.
That's how strong it is, though, and it's scary.
Yeah.
Like,
it is. It's like whatever that experiment was, where like with that like caged animal, and it went to go let them out of the cage, and it didn't want to leave. Like, that's exactly what that is. It's like people have just become so comfy in their cages, and it's like,
you know that scene in SpongeBob where they like have all the like buckets on their head, and like Plankton is like controlling it? Like, it's literally like that. Like, it
is.
All hail the chum bucket. I don't even know what they said. I don't watch SpongeBob. My mom didn't let me watch SpongeBob as a kid.
Mine didn't either.
I'm glad she didn't. Because honestly, like, that is like OG brain rot.
It is.
Like, and then all the stuff with Nickelodeon too is just like, ugh.
Hi, Megan. Yeah. TV in general, TV is awful for you. Even like the pediatric association recommends that you don't let your kids watch TV until 2. But even then, like, TV is literally so bad for you. Like, I don't know.
The children's shows, they're not the same. But then also these parents, like, just give the iPads to the kids too, so.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, and again, it's all the conspiracy theory of if they have your attention, they have your energy. So the fact that they are harvesting people's energies from their biofield, like, in your consciousness, they are stealing people's consciousness. Like, Sabrina Wallace talks about this all the time. It's been proven. That, and 2, programming the mind. Like, everything that you consume gets stored somewhere subconsciously.
Yep.
So however that's going to affect you, like, they definitely put subliminal things in these programmings that are going to program you even more or stop you from, using your conscious ability to its fullest. So, like, the more down the rabbit hole you go, the harder it does get to, like, talk to NPCs or other people, because it's like, dude, it's everything. Everything is spiritual, and you can't do anything if you're trying to protect your conscious awareness.
I mean, if you're not even tapped into the spiritual, you have no idea of how to conceptualize the topic to begin with.
Yeah. Like even like, I was talking to my niece, and she's 15, but she was like, let's go out for ice cream. And I'm like, no, because sugar is literally, like, 1, it's so inflammatory and just affects, that's a lot of things. I'm like, no. And she was like, one thing of ice cream is not going to kill you, Anna. I'm like, no, I'm not getting ice cream.
This is a different perspective. They just think ice cream tastes good. But they don't think about the deeper implications. Like, well, I mean, you probably shouldn't have that because the macros aren't good. Like, if it's the only meal that you're thinking of to eat for that evening, like, they just not a thought process. There's no deeper reasoning.
Yeah. The number 1 ingredient in most ice creams it's an emulsifier, but what it does is it destroys the mucosal lining of your esophagus and your intestines, making it easy for obviously any pathogens or microbes
to penetrate
or carcinogens to get into your system. So it's like you said, kids think, oh, ice cream, and it's like, no, that's literally poison. Like, it's literally destroying your insides.
Not even to mention, you have to look and see if you're actually purchasing ice cream, because if it doesn't say ice cream, I think the wording they use is frozen dairy dessert, because frozen dairy dessert implies that there are not enough of the proper ingredients to call it ice cream. So
yeah, like Ben and Jerry's back in the day only had like 5 ingredients. Now I think there's upwards of 30.
I haven't had Ben and Jerry's in so long.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I just can't even eat, like, trash. Like, I'll have some bad stuff. I can't lie. Like, I'm not perfect. But, like, ever since I, like, actually switched to a mainly, like, organic or as clean as I can diet, like, your body will just tell you, like, you can't, like, if I guess the best example I can say is, like, if I grab a bag of Takis right now and I down that whole thing, because I probably will, like, I'm gonna feel it. Not even just the heat, but just all the chemicals just sitting in my stomach, just bubbling up. Just, yeah, it's not good. Like, and you read the ingredients, you're like, what? Like Skittles, there's like a specific ingredient. I think it's titanium. Literally call it like titanium dioxide or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally used for like paint. And like,
yeah. And it's like, these things are poison. That's not food. That's what I have to tell myself when I crave this stuff, because I used to like struggle with like gluttony and like eating just crap. And now I just literally have to tell myself, like, Anna, that's not food. It's poison.
It's poison.
Like, literally not even food. It's not. It's chemicals.
The most outrageous thing, though, that I've heard from... This is actually a conversation I had with my cousin a few years ago. Like, have you heard the conspiracy about the McDonald's meat and all that stuff?
Yeah, about it being human.
My cousin was like... And someone said this on Twitter, too. So I'm like, okay, so it's not just a singular thought process here. Like, the programming's so deep. My cousin... This is literally verbatim what my cousin said. He's literally like, well, I guess I'm Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm like, what? And then other people, like, I'll see other people on TikTok, like, make memes about it. Which, by the way, mematic warfare is a very real thing. Like, they try to make things like a joke so we don't take them as seriously. But, like, they're just like, well, it's too late for me to stop now. It's too good. I'm like, are you kidding me? So when it gets to the even deeper stuff, or, like, say if, God forbid, we had, like, a side, or, like, a timeline where, like, factions are split or whatever, and it's, like, end of the world scenario or whatever. I mean, even though we're getting to that point, like... I have to look at you as a human and know what your character is and know what kind of decisions you're gonna make, because you never know who is close to you that might have that same like thought process. Like, I'm so far down, I'm thinking like years ahead, like when everything goes down and I have my stuff prepped and prepared, I'm like, who am I gonna trust to be in my circle when everything goes down? Truly.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I'm like, I don't know. Like, we'll sit on this one. We'll see if they change their mind a little bit, or if they kind of start progressing a little bit. But, you know, at this point, I'm like,
That's
start
why I'm
making
happy
that list.
we've made this community online, because literally when the end times are coming, like, the regulars that pop into my lives, like, I'm texting all
Like,
of them.
I'm gonna have my setup. Like,
here.
I'm trying to go full off grid. Like, I'm trying to get everything like. I mean, shoot.
Like, what state are y'all in? Let's round each other up. Let's all decide on somewhere. Like, it's go time.
It's go time. Like, I'm being so for real. I'm not.
Yeah.
But like, people just they're not thinking about that. And there's a verse that keeps coming to my mind, and I want to say it exactly because I know they will continue to marry. This is talking about when Jesus comes back. I honestly wish my verse recall was better, but it is a lot better than it used to be, so I have to give myself grace in that regard. I think it's Matthew 24, so I'll search that. Matthew 24. Verse 28? Is that what it said? 38. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage up to the day Noah entered the ark. Which is, you know, I think about this verse a lot also because my cousin's getting married in May, and I'm just like, with all the stuff that's going on, are we gonna get there in time? I'm not sure. But in the days before the flood, people were eating, drinking, marrying, giving in marriage up to the day Noah entered the ark, and they knew nothing about what would happen until the flood came and took them all away. That is how it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken and the other left. 2 women will be grinding with a hand mill. One will be taken and the other left. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. So, I mean, like, people don't, like, God has seasons, and, like, he'll warn before destruction and all that stuff, and people still won't, like, listen. Like, Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot and his, well, his wife perished because she looked back, but Lot and his 2 daughters, they left. There were 3 people that left when everything was, like, getting destroyed. I mean, Egypt. Firstborn, I mean, the 10 plagues, the firstborn that died, everyone that didn't have the lamb's blood on the post, all that stuff. And it's just the same now. The judgment's going to come. Some people are not going to be prepared. Some people are prepared. And then eventually when the Son of Man comes back, the prophecy, the final prophecy is fulfilled, you know. Some people are still not going to be ready for that either.
I know.
So it's just like, it hurts. But it's just like, I mean, it's true because the Bible says it.
It will go on. Yeah, everything will go on. Thank you so much, Michael, for the gifts. It will go on, and I always think about that. I'm like, man, should I prioritize, like, being a little doomsday, like, conspiracy theorist rat, or should I, you know, prioritize, like, you know, continuing to go on with life and starting a family and all these things? And I think it's a good balance of both. Like, I can't isolate with my tinfoil hat and not live life at all.
Right.
Okay, bye, Michael. I'll text you. But it's also like you can't be completely, oh, thank you, in the matrix and just like act like none of it's happening. Like it's a balance of both.
Yeah, it's a hard. That balance is hard because I've had the same thought process. I'm like, dang, I feel like I'm never gonna get married. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not in a position to even do that stuff. Like all this stuff is going on. Like the world's crumbling. Why do I need to focus on anything at this point? Like it doesn't make any sense. Like why would I want to do this and that or this and blah 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 blah. But I mean, I guess God is just taking me day by day. I guess taking all of us if we are willing to go along the walk and just like slow us down. I think he's really slowing a lot of us down now. Just like walk with me, talk with me. Like I will settle all this. Do not worry about tomorrow because today has enough trouble of its own. So,
amen.
Yeah, that's easier said than done, but you know, we have to keep repeating ourselves and renewing our mind in the word because we are so easily pulled astray at times.
I agree.
So,
All right. Well, my beautiful friend, I think that was a great first podcast. I think we should make this a weekly thing if you're down.
I am down. This was fantastic. I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay. Great. Well, I will DM you. I'll probably shoot you my number as well, just because I have my notice off for TikTok. But
Sure.
okay. I'll catch you. God
All
bless.
right.
Much
God
love.
bless you.